Hello, my name is Dasha Dykhanovska and this is my testimonial for the live class Designing with Color and Light by Nathan Fowkes at Schoolism.com. First of all, I have to say that I'm absolutely thankful and grateful for Schoolism for giving me a chance to take this class. My background. I started to attend art studio when I was 4. When I was 6, I started attending children's animation studio. So I was doing mainly stop motion and cut-out animation shorts for various European festivals. Yes, it was all amateur, but it was also fun, and we got some awards and so on. At some point, I got into a after-school CG animation and 3D modeling club. Also, I attended art school, so I got some basics of drawing and painting in academical manner. And I studied at Kyiv National University of Construction and Architecture, so I have a degree in architecture. I never planned to become an architect. I just received my basic education, where it was maybe more comfortable for me out of all available options. After the university, I worked as a motion designer at a digital signage company, so I was pretty much a universal worker. I was doing graphic design stuff, animation, very little character animation, but mostly motion design and UI UX design and so on. I also had a little stint at concept art, where I was invited to work at an indie game. I created characters for the game Delusion Out of Space, and I'm actually proud that the game has been nominated in 4 nominations, if I'm correct, last year in Ukraine, and won in one of those nominations. But it all led to 2022, where when I became a refugee due to war in Ukraine, and it created various challenges, because when you're a refugee, you have to give up your old job when you apply. And also that project where I worked at that time, it closed down anyway in a couple of months. And many companies in Ukraine, they suffer due to war, of course, and they just keep closed, and it's very challenging to work in these circumstances. And as a refugee, I was taking various jobs as a dishwasher, as a server, as a cook, as a factory worker, and eventually I turned to graphic design work at the said factory. And however, it's still all minimum wage jobs. So I understand that without more competitive skills, it would be impossible for me to get out of this loop, because now I compete not only in my country, but in Western Europe, or just overall international market. And so I was very motivated to get more professional skills. And I also had many drafts of personal art projects throughout my childhood and teenagerhood, and I understood that at the time when I was creating those, that okay, I have imagination now, maybe I will not have it later, but I don't have skills now. But I sure will have them later, so I will implement my projects later on. But time passes, and if I don't get the skills, it means that I will not get these projects done anyway, and it's pretty scary, of course. So I understand that there are many gaps in my education, since I was studying mainly architecture, even if I was attending art studio after university hours. uh, I still have these gaps. So I understood that I'm in need of professional mentorship, because even if there are various online studying resources, online tutorials, they are pretty much all over the place, and the factor of receiving feedback is pretty important. And if you just study from the tutorial, you don't get this feedback, and it's very hard to self-evaluate your work. So for me, it was important to receive feedback from an industry professional, and Nathan Fowkes is this professional. Challenges. The challenges have started with the first homework. It consisted of 12 master copies that I had to do using Photoshop. And even if these copies are stylized, it felt like a huge jump, because I wasn't ready in terms of brush work, and in terms of just painting digitally, because if you don't have right brushes, and I didn't have enough traditional feeling like brushes, it resulted uh, in some problems, I think, for me. So I would recommend for new students to be ready with their Photoshop skills, with their fundamentals, and with having a kit of Photoshop brushes that they have practiced on before. So yeah, the fundamentals are important, because it's the basic language that if you don't speak, it's hard to create homework assignments from painted from imagination, because each new week, the concepts are built on top of the previous ones, and if you are not good at the fundamentals, then it's like playing catch up, and it can be very hard and challenging, like a snowball. And even if you practice digital art, even if you practice traditional arts regularly, but if you draw but not paint, and if you don't do digital art lately, the intense work in digital medium would be very challenging for you. So what I would say is that if you are more prepared with solid fundamentals, you would get to a point of creating a good portfolio piece at the end of the course. But if you are more like me, who had some professional gaps, knowledge gaps, and some gaps in technical skills, then you would get more closely to understanding where your gaps are and to conquering just the psychological obstacle of starting doing the work and working and getting through every obstacle where you feel stuck. And it would create a habit for continuing to work towards a better technical level. Conclusion: I felt like I was the weakest in the class. It is not a humble reverse bragging. I think it's because I've been sketching people, for example, regularly for several years now, and like almost every day for last 4 or 5 months, and I feel more at ease with this topic. But I didn't do plein air work and finished personal paintings for a long time now, and I didn't open Photoshop for a long while, and it showed. So, so this course was a very steep learning process for me. So my four main problems are one, not enough experience with composition and painting from imagination and painting in general. Two, lack of regular practice with painting in Photoshop, using brushes and so on. Three, overall fear of starting and getting your work out there. And four, feeling stuck at mid-stage of work when you don't know where to go further. So overall, I was scared all the time, but I decided to step over my fear and confront my weaknesses. And this course helped me to understand where I should move from this point, and where I should go and what I should focus on. And it helped to build more of a habit of practicing digital art. And I'll try to keep the momentum going and continue the habit. And huge thanks to Nathan Fowkes for being an absolutely great mentor with absolutely positive attitude, for being truthful, for humor, and for everything. Thank you, everyone.